Welcome back, Guardians. Shadow here, and on today's episode of DTR, we are going to do a weapons review on Uriel's Gift. It is a slow fire rate and high impact auto rifle. Mine right now has a copper um, color on it right now. It looks really good. I enjoy it. But let's get into the review of the weapon. Now, it has a big magazine size of 33. It fires at 450 rounds per minute with that high impact and that huge range stat, which is really noticeable in PvP and PvE. Now, you have tapped the trigger. Every time you tap the trigger, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will always have increased stability, accuracy on initial trigger pull. You can use it like a scout rifle, but I don't recommend it like that. In PvP, if you see someone that's not paying attention, you want to shoot really far away, go right ahead. In PvE, if you're trying to shoot an enemy really far, go ahead. But I wouldn't get into the norm of using it. What this tap trigger I think really gives the gun, even though it's only on the first bullet, is that the initial stability and accuracy when you hold the trigger, it almost feels like the first 3 to 5 bullets are more stable when using this because it like pulls the recoil pattern down further, and it allows it to be grouped up a lot more. Also, you have the infamous high caliber rounds, the weapon that gives tons of flinch, and with an auto rifle, flinch is just you're gonna get staggered because if it's gonna be consistently hitting you. And if you're in PvP, this is a nightmare because you're always gonna have it happen. Whenever you get hit, if you're going up against someone with high caliber rounds, you are going to notice it because your aim will go all over the screen, and your only option is to disengage. Never push out onto someone that you know has high caliber rounds after you've been hit because you will lose every time. Back away, reposition, and re-engage differently because this Uriel's Gift and Mida, they're at the top of the board in PvP. So they're there for a reason. High caliber round lets you have more gives the enemy more flinch, so you can win your one-on-ones a lot easier. You also have the steady rounds. Steady rounds gives you a stability bump, but with a reduction of range. Now, Bungie has said that they don't want like one gun rule all thing, so it's probably going to be touched, the high caliber rounds. When high caliber rounds is touched at some point, then I would recommend using steady rounds. But until then, stick with high caliber rounds. You have the Spark PS sight. This sight is okay, but it's not my favorite. I don't like how the sight bounces. And the reason why is because the Flash HS5 is a medium zoom, highlights enemy targets. The recoil seems to be less on this sight, but you're able to see everyone. Like the guardians are highlighted, the enemies are highlighted. Even if an arm or a foot is sticking around a corner, you will see them. It's really strong. I enjoy it a lot, and it pairs so well with this gun with the high stability on it and the range on it and the accuracy and highlighting a target. You'll be able to pick people off for days. It in the video footage I have, you will see that of how easy and how much the targets get highlighted. Also, you have precision frame. The weapon's recoil pattern is more predictably vertical. This is like Counterbalance Junior. It's not like Year 1 from Destiny 1 where it just shot straight up and went through the roof. This is a little bit more controlled, but there's a little bit of sway left and right instead of being perfectly vertical, but it's still up. It goes vertically, and it's really easy to control, and it makes the weapon as well. All these perks help the weapon become from going from good to godly, in my opinion. I'm just gonna cycle through some of the shaders that I have that I think would be good on this if you have it. So that's the Dawn and Dusk one. Looks really cool. You also have the Raid shader, which the Raid shader makes every weapon in the game look like it's an exotic. Like you can't help but not like look at that. That looks like it's exotic. It's beautiful. You also have the Midnight Talons, the one that Eververse was selling the other week. This gives it like a black, like a I was gonna say matte, but it's not matte, but it is a black finish. It's not the greatest because I thought there was gonna be some gold on there, but who knows. Oh, you also have the indigo matrix, which makes the gun look a little bit more chrome, which is cool. You also have the Hawkeye history polish, and it just gives the gun a different look, in my opinion. Now you may be asking, where do you get this? How do I get it? What do I need to do it? Well, don't worry, I will let you guys know that. So right now, it is currently, you're able to get it through engrams, any legendary engram, or even through powerful engram gears when you complete stuff. But the easiest way, and right now it's not displaying it, but is on Nessus. Whenever you talk to failsafe, right here. So I'm going to show you. You open up your directory, right here to the right. You spawn in at Exodus Black. You go over to failsafe. Now, you have to farm for the materials in the area and get faction rewards. Now, it's not showing it here, but the auto rifle is in the faction weapons loot pool. So, turn in those materials, level it up, and you will have a chance of pulling it from here. And I would highly recommend farming for this, honestly, because you'd want to get it before Bungie does anything to the weapon. Enjoy the weapon and have a fun time. Also, on another note, if you by any chance get Last Hope, do not dismantle it. It's also a good weapon as well. Just letting you guys know that. So I got some clips for you guys, and I'm going to show off Uriel'S Gift in action in the Crucible. And I just want to show you guys how potent and how strong this weapon really is when used correctly, and how well it is in close, medium, and long range. So let's take a look at those videos, shall we? So we have this point right here, catching up on the Guardian, shooting headshots, and he's melted within the medium range. Even here, a little bit further, and just look, I got hurt, but that high caliber round helped me win that engagement. Even here, you're going to have the Guardian it's going to be doing 22 damage, but look how fast he melted. And here, helping a teammate, headshot, quickly down, and then able to put pressure and, engage the enemy that's pushing on me. It's such a great universal weapon. And pew, pew, and pew. Just a little bit of golden gun action. And right here, this is going to be team shotting. Look how fast he died. And now look how fast this guy dies from team shot. This weapon has so much damage that if you team shot with it, it's going to melt people instantly. Here's going to be suppressing someone. Say hit him, he ducks behind, he comes back out, he thinks he can. No, it doesn't work. And it's just so strong. Even here, look, headshot, melted instantly. It's so good and versatile in all ranges. And I'm going to be suppressing right here. So I'm going to get the kill on one of them. And I'm going to suppress this guy by hurting him, and he's going to duck around the corner to allow me to pick up the heavy ammo and be able to now engage him with my fusion rifle and kill him. It allows you to have more playability with your weapons and able to work with what you need to use it for engaging the enemy. Now here, it even allows you to set up properly. So here, I throw a trip mine. Here I'm taking 1 headshots, 2 headshots, and 3. Now the third one I was able to kill because the trip mine was set and it hurt him. Now I got someone chasing me. I'm gonna dash to the side, pull up my fusion, and voop. Now that 3 triple kill, that wouldn't have happened if I didn't have that trip mine. But it's so good though. It's universal. Its clip is 33. It's huge. Like here, this is a range that you should never be able to engage, but the auto rifle does. It's so strong. Guy whips a skip nade at me. He's pushing me. I'm half health. I don't think he was expecting me, but look, headshots, and he's melted. It's unbelievable how quickly you can kill someone. And just being able to lay consistent fire down on someone, and even against just not one but multiple targets, allows you to be, really consistent in the Crucible. That's all I can say. It is a very strong and formidable gun. But with this gun, it comes with high caliber rounds, and that's a big deeming factor for this weapon. There's another weapon, the Prosecutor, which goes hand in hand with it with the same archetype, and Some people may say the high caliber round in one way helps people if their aim isn't that good. It'll help the enemy miss shots so that you're able to win the gunfight. Some people say the prosecutor with higher stability will allow you to hit more headshots so you can kill them quicker. It's to each his own. I think that with how the game is running right now, that those two guns are really good. But if you're able to have perfect accuracy on and like stability on the headshots, like just hitting them, like how stable they are and easy to control, you are going to always kill them at the same time. But the difference of what high caliber round gives you is this little niche perk that I've been thinking of for a little while. And if you were to use the prosecutor and go into an engagement and you only had, let's say, 1/3 of your health left and there's a second guardian on the way, you're going to probably back up and be able to regen your health because you can't push. What I think high caliber round brings extra to the table, because of its now being a slower time to kill in general with Destiny 2, is that if you land perfect headshots, the amount of damage that you're going to receive is always going to be less. I guarantee you 8 out of 10 times that you're going to take less damage than what you would do if you're using a prosecutor or an origin story against someone. Because the high caliber round, if you're perfectly accurate, like with both guns, the other opponent is going to miss up their shots. So it means they're not going to get as much damage on you, which means you're going to be left with more health. So as I was saying before, the prosecutor, you're left with 1/3. With Uriel'S Gift, you might be left with 1/2 or maybe 2/3 of your health. So if you know that a teammate's been shooting another guy that you see on the blip on your radar, you might think to yourself, I can engage him. And this would be a good moment to do that because you have more health. So I think that's what high caliber round brings, because it's just, I've noticed a lot more, and even some of the gameplay that's even playing now, if you do notice it, that I'm left with a lot more health. And even in the previous gameplay, I end up having more health. And if you do get into a situation where it becomes, you both take sustained damage, regardless of using a prosecutor or using Uriel'S Gift, you're going to have the same red bar health. But if like that happens usually when you're going, like you're fighting, you get multiple guardians. But if it's a 1v1 and you mess up a couple of your shots and you have lower health, I guarantee you will always have more health than a gun that doesn't have high caliber rounds. And like the high caliber rounds has put this gun on one of the top used weapons in Crucible and Trials. It's on the same parity as Mida multi-tool usage for Crucible and Trials. And Bungie has stated before that they want as balanced of a meta as possible, and they've also said that they don't want a certain selected few weapons to rule all of them. So if weapons get out of hand because they have said that they've handcrafted them, they will tweak them. So because of how the usage is and that it doesn't seem like it's going to change, they're going to get tweaked at some point. Whether or not they're going to dull it back on the high caliber percentage of how effective it is, or they might remove high caliber round. We don't know. So what I would advise everyone is go out there, get the weapon, and try it out. Just because, like, get the usage of it before it's changed from its glory that it is now. I would highly recommend anyone that uses this in the Crucible right now. It's very potent, very strong, and with you being able to win your engagement with more health, that is always a bonus every time you fight an enemy. And that's going to be it for the video, guys. Leave a like down below and hit a comment. Said that backwards. Hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Tell me if you guys have the Uriel'S Gift, and let me know your experiences with it and how well it's doing for you. And if it's a really strong gun, if you've been able to win multiple duels, let me know. I will comment back below. If you comment, I will respond to you. Guaranteed. And subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Take it easy, Guardians. Shadow out.